All right, welcome to the shop. I'd even sell my sister if I had one. Get started here with consensus moving in the rankings. Start with Bashful Tootin moving down 2 spots. Rookie brought in the Jacksonville running back, now ranked 53rd. See, he's dropped off from 51st, was hanging out here for a little while at the 50s. Not a big move, but down 2 spots. Well, the little bit of news there is Liam Cohen stands out that Tootin fumbled in practice. Fumbling issues 9 times in 2 years at Virginia Tech. Has that exciting 4.32 speed, though. See if he gets work later on. Meanwhile, Travis Etienne moves up 4 spots to 32nd. Right? Finished 38th last year. Kind of a down year, of course, last year. So a little bit of news there is Cohen says he likes his ability in the screen game. Hand him the jet sweeps. Vision so far in the run games look good in OTAs and practice. Getting him in space. Travis Etienne here is looking at a contract year, right? Last year of his contract, so we'll see if he come in better shape, ready to go. But they got him moved up to 4, right? Liam Cohen, new coach. Well, part of the deal there is, remember, he liked to run 2 running backs last year at Tampa, right? He come over from Tampa, was their offensive coordinator. So Travis Etienne's moving up 2 spots. Moving on, how about some wide receiver news? Rashee Rice is now ranked 30th. Quite the drop off here. Of course, finished 98th last year. You can see he went from 16th to 30th in the rankings. I got my new rank history started up here. So got that brought in for this. Got it back up this year. And we got, you see, last year he played in 3 games, just a 10-point average. I mean, that's a great average in those 3 games. But he only played those 3 games, and then he was hurt. A little bit of news here, he's looking at a 4 to 6 game suspension. He will be able to participate in training camp. Rice looked explosive, according to Mahomes. So, of course, that suspension's going to put him back. All right. And meanwhile, Worthy gets moved up a couple spots, being as though he's going to be the game in town. Finished 33rd last year, came on towards the end. You can see that they moved him up to the 22nd spot from 25. All right. Well, came on a little bit there. Look at those last towards the end. Well, they're going to be needing him early here if Rice misses time. Of course, they got Marquise Hollywood Brown here. Got him back, signed him to a 1-year deal, and he's supposedly looking ready in training camp. So, hey, they'll start with those 2, but meanwhile, they're going to be without Rashee Rice. What do you do there? Is there going to be some bargain? Hey, you get someone who's averaging 10 points a game. Hey, the kind of disappointing, only 14th in passing last year, but been looking to throw the deep ball. Of course, that'd be more Worthy and Brown here, but they'll get Rashee Rice back. Currently, moved him down 14 spots, the biggest mover. Another mover here is Jordan Addison. All right, Jordan Addison's now ranked 41st. Hey, finished 19th last year. Finished ahead. Look at that. You almost got 10 points a game there. Right? Well, news there, of course, is about the same. He'll face at least a 3-game suspension for some off-field issues. So you can see they moved him down from 34th to 41st. Hey, he was the 19th in fantasy last year. So you look at his last year numbers. Well, look at that. He didn't even get anything in the first 3 games of last year. Was hurt, right, a little bit, and then came on. So we're talking about the number 6 team in passing, right? I know there's going to be a rookie quarterback here, but this Jordan Addison, you might get, hey, if he's, you get him cheap, maybe. I like taking these players that are suspended or I'm going to miss a little time because, hey, you just never know. You get him in there, you get a cheaper price. He's already going to be discounted, right? So, and hey, he's had pretty good years. That's 2 years at 10. That's pretty good. Was a number 1 pick. So try to pick up a little bargains on some of those wide receivers that are coming in cheap. Next up, we've got Judkins, of course. A couple moving down here. Now's ranked 34th, losing 6 spots. The slide continues. You can see he started at 20th one time, and then it moved him to 28th. Now it's looking even grimmer this week. Got him down to 34. Of course, Browns told him to stay home in this off-field incidents. Not looking good here. And he keeps dropping. Meanwhile, Jaden Blue is dropping as well. He's now 49th. Right? They brought in for Dallas from Texas, rookie. You can see a little bit of news here is rumors out that he's borderline lazy, not in the building during his off-season workouts. Missing some times there. So they could, hey, they need him too. We got Javonte Williams, who's number 1. They got him ranked 37th. Hey, you know, there might be some value here with this Javonte Williams. Taking majority of first-team reps at practice. It's going to be the guy brought in only 1 year, $3 million contract on Javonte Williams. But, hey, he might be a steal here, especially if Jaden Blue runs into more problems, dropping down 5 spots. Moving on, here's a couple of those Cleveland add-ons. You can see that Sampson moved up 2 spots. Jerome Ford moved up 3 spots. Sampson's a rookie they brought in the 4th round. Now with Judkins having problems, this Sampson might play a bigger role, of course. And you can see they moved him up to 56th. Meanwhile, Jerome Ford, they moved up to 52nd. Well, Jerome Ford finished 37th last year and finds himself in the same situation as last year, right? Ford might be Brown's starting running back to at least for the first few weeks again. Had some good metrics, you know. We could look into his year last year. We see that he had first 4 games when Chubb was hurt, and then extended on. But Ford took over, and it looks like he might be in that role again. So they're moving him up 3 spots. He's now ranked 52nd. You're getting the Browns running back. We'll have to see what happens to this Sampson and Ford in preseason games and see how they're going to go and how long Judkins is out. Moving on, here's some 2 other movers. Najee Harris, now ranked 35th. I just did a show that I said, hey, the Chargers running backs were ranked too high. Well, here you go. Najee's moving down 2 spots. Of course, the little issue there is that non-football injury list. He's been added. That eye injury, a little firework accident. Chargers also signed Nyheim Hines. Is that telling? Of course, he might be a return guy more than bringing him in for the return game. But they saw Najee as a 1-2 punch. Well, that jab might be losing some steam here if they're moving him down 2 spots. All right? Of course, the rookie there, Omarion Hampton's the talk. He got him ranked up to 20th, and they're moving Najee back to 35th. I think to get right with the metrics the other day, I said he had to move back to about 40th. So we'll see how that slide continues. But, boy, there might be some value there. All right? We look at Najee, look at it, 10 points a year every year for 4 years, 1,000 yards. So he's got talent. Finished 20th last year. We'll see how that happens. You're picking up the 35th ranking now. They slid Justin Herbert back 2 spots. He's now ranked 18th. No real news to find here other than now he's ranked or finished 14th last year. So, hey, they moved him back to 18th. He's out of the top 12 anyway, so we'll see how that goes. Moving on, we're down to, New England. They're moving Drake May up 3 spots. Drake May finished 16th last year. Ranked 16th this year. I'm sorry, he's finished 21st last year. You know, he added a little legs here, that 421 yards, 2 touchdowns. They've had him at 19th. They moved him up to 6th, right? So Drake May's moving up a little bit, and they moved Diggs up 4 spots. Looking a little healthier. Diggs ranked 5th, or he's ranked 50th, right? Well, finished 71st last year. But as the season approaches, and we're seeing Diggs move up to 50. They don't have any competitions here to speak of. Kyle Williams brought in the draft. You know, they moved him down to 59th. So anyway, no real competition. We'll have to keep an eye out on Diggs. You know, if he comes back and does good. Of course, last year, A little down year, but you can see, hey, right at that 10 points for a wide receiver throughout his career has been pretty good, productive. So they're moving him up 4 spots, but only at 50. So he's still low. How about their running back saga in New England? They move to Henderson down 1 spot this week and move Ramondre up 1 spot this week. Henderson brought in, now ranked 23rd. Exciting rookie. Brings into New England. They're adjusting Ramondre up a little bit, now 31st. You know, that's going to go back and forth till we get more clarity from preseason. What's the job assignment's going to be, right? All right, moving up. Next up is San Francisco wide receiver issues. Ricky Pearsall here. They're moving him down 1 spot. He's MIA in practice. Finished 82nd last year. Soft tissue. What has he got? They placed him on the PUP to start the season, right? He's going to start it off with, he got those missing all OTAs and mini camps and stuff with this hamstring issue. That's not good if you're needing to get into sync with your team. Meanwhile, Juwan Jennings here. They moved him up 2 spots just out of necessity. They got him up to 37th now, finished 27th. Right? They're hurting at wide receiver last year. You can see that he's been bouncing around this area, although he's down from the 35th ahead of him at one time. You know, with Ayuk, Pearsall all on the PUP, he's the game in town. Although he's not expected to be a training camp holdout so far, but he's not happy. Of course, Debo's gone, so need Jennings here. Jennings, I got him ranked as their top wide receiver. Of course, Pearsall's been missing. Robinson's missing a little suspension on his own, looking at that. And you got Watkins here, a rookie brought in. Watkins could potentially replace at the start of the season Ayuk. Deep rookie brought in the 4th round. Smooth running those intermediate routes that are in OTAs so far. Hey, getting a lot of work, right? He's getting a lot of work with all these people out. So getting a lot of work with the quarterback Purdy, all right? We worry about Purdy, though, a little bit. Maybe start to worry, even though they had the fourth team in passing, as these wide receivers' woes continues. You know, we'll see how it goes. Of course, they always got George Kittle to fall back on, number 3 tight end. Moving on, here's a couple more wide receivers. No big news here, just a little housekeeping. They moved J-Mo up for 1 spot. I don't like it. He's my sleeper. They got him ranked 25th. Finished 13th last year. And they're going to throw the deep ball more, according to John Morton, new offensive coordinator. Of course, Ben Johnson's gone to Chicago. So could be, and he's even said could be a breakout year for Jameson Williams. So keep an eye on him. I hope they don't move him up too much more. Got him up to 25th. All right, how about Courtland Sutton? They got him ranked 16th. Moving him up 2 spots here, right? Well, he finished 10th overall last year. So a couple of these guys underwater here. Finished 10th, 16th. Finished 13th, 25th. So a couple bargains there, though, that they're starting to catch on. They're moving them both up a little bit. How about 2 more wide receivers getting moved? Devontae Smith's up 2 spots, and Cooper Kupp's up 2 spots. Devontae Smith, maybe they're going to pass a little bit more this year. All right? We look at, go into their team here. You can see they're 29th in passing. All about the run last year with Barkley and Jalen Hurts. But Devontae Smith, hey, you can see right here, finished 28th, ranked 28th. So, hey, you look, go to his years, about 10th there all the time, getting 10 points a game. So another one locked in on 10. Maybe they're going to throw a little bit more. 12th easy schedule for the wide receivers. I like it. Over here we got Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp's getting moved up 2 spots as well, now 38th. So, hey, Cooper Kupp's moving out. What's his position going to be in that receiver core? Currently got him 2nd. I think the team's going to focus on running more. So that number team 8 passing last year might come down a little bit. But we'll see how that works out. Moving on, here's 2 more wide receivers. They moved Garrett Wilson to 23rd now. He was finished 14th last year. I think we're going to get a bargain here. I hope they keep him here at 23. Excuse me. Looking for a good year. Aaron Glenn says plans to give Garrett Wilson the football as much as possible. All right. And Metcalf here, they're moving him up to, of course, we heard all season about him. He's now ranked 18th, finished 31st. So we'll see how that works out. Moving on to the next. How about some New Orleans news? They moved Rashid Shaheed up to 53rd ranking. They're bringing him down, actually. But he's been bouncing around right there. No big news. Look completely recovered. There for activities. Of course, missed with a knee meniscus problem last year. Olave, they got him moved up one spot. Of course, those concussions are the scare. Hey, participating in OTAs without any restrictions. So Saints picked up the 5th-year option on him. So they're bringing him back. Everything looks good. They got him ranked 32nd, 36th. Of course, he was 93rd finish last year. Let's see what goes on here. Some other ones quick. I got Ario here moving up a spot. The news is Noah Fant is released at tight end. Has the size, speed, and route running ability that they like there in Seattle. Exciting rookie coming in out of the 2nd round. They move him up 3 spots because of Noah Fant leaving. Cade Otton getting around, bounced around, moves 1 spot. Finished 13th last year. They got him ranked 30th. Right? So they're moving him down a little bit. I don't understand that. Cade Otton, they were the number 3 team in passing last year, and he did manage 15th. Payne Durham's the backup. I don't know. But, hey, might be some value there. Moving on. Quickly, Jacksonville, or the Giants. Tracy's down 1. Scatbo's up 1. They got Scatbo to 33 now. Tyrone Tracy drops to 36. So we're going to have these two battling it out this year for the Giants to see who'll be that lead back. Maybe we'll get some answers in preseason, but they're moving Scatbo up now to 33rd, so it looks like the consensus rankings got him number 1. How about some more action here? They're moving both the Bears receivers up 1 spot. DJ Moore moves up a spot here, and Rome Odunze. So they got Bears starting to trust them a little bit more, maybe. You know, we look over there. They were the 32-team offense last year. Ben Johnson comes in. And, of course, the receivers have that's the running backs. The receivers have the number 3 easy schedule, and Caleb Williams has the 10th easiest quarterback schedule. Running backs have a hard schedule here at 31st. So maybe they get the passing game up and running a little bit better, which would be good for Caleb Williams. You know, and if Caleb Williams, I mean, his Achilles heel last year was 0 rushing touchdowns with a respectable 489. Hey, we could get some juice out of him. He's ranked 13th. You can see here, and they're pretty steady in that 13th ranking. All right, moving on, more Bears news. They're shifting the running backs a little bit. Ooh, Swift is up to 22nd now. All right, well, he was started this, but they've been moving around. Just up to 22nd last year. Finished 19th, right? And, of course, the O-line's better. Ben Johnson, hey, had Swift before. That's what they get. When you get into town, Ben Johnson comes in. That's what they got to work with. Meanwhile, they move Roshan Johnson up 2 spots here, too. So we're keeping an eye on that Bears running backs. Couple more here. Marshawn Lloyd, right, moved down 2 spots. Well, who's going to win that? Probably this Wilson, Emmanuel Wilson, although they don't have him ranked and they have the Marshawn Lloyd ranked. But is he going to come back? Hamstring and hip sidelined him again this year so far in OTAs. That's why they're moving him down 2 spots. Dowdell here. Let's not sleep on him, although they're moving him down in the rankings. Remember, he is the only game in town after Hubbard, although they brought in this ETN rookie too, so we got to keep an eye out for him. And one last one, the Pickens, they moved to 32nd. Hey, CeeDee Lamb's now the number 2 receiver. Moved him up, probably over Jefferson. All right, so CeeDee Lamb George Pickens comes to town, maybe take some pressure off of him. But all right, well, let's look at the fantasy movers. Let's look at this. All right, it's that time. I need to fill my shorts. Get a short, make a short out of this. Warning, this is a rapid repeat. All right, let's look at some fantasy rank movers. Stephon Diggs moves 4 spots up to now ranked 50th at wide receiver. Drake May moves up 3 spots to now 16th at quarterback there. CeeDee Lamb takes the number 2 receivers ranking spot in consensus rankings, moves up 1 spot ahead of Jefferson now. Travis Etienne moves up 4 spots, ranked 32nd. Rookie has a little fumbling issue there. How about Jordan Addison moving down 7 spots? Suspension looms for him, and same with Rashee Rice here. Right? Suspension's coming up. They move him down 14 spots to 30th. Worthy moves up 3 spots with that. Gonna get more action with him gone. Jaden Blue, word is not the best practice habits. Move him down 5 spots. Judkins down 6 spots because of the news, of course. And Jerome Ford up 3 spots.